Hey, welcome to the Trash Picture Show. Today I'm reviewing one of my favourite movies of all time, and the movie that got me into loving movies. This is one of my favourite movies of all time. It got me into writing, it got me into understanding how visual effects go, it got me into storytelling. Jurassic Park was the movie that gave me my love of movies. In 1993, Steven Spielberg released this mega monster hit, and I was 9 years old. I can remember being brought to the cinema by my sister, and the cinema in town was tiny at the time. And there was a queue all around the block, and I thought, shit, we're not going to go in to see it. But we did, and the lights went down, and for the duration of that movie, it was a roller coaster. I watched some of it like this. I had to admit, I was a pussy as a kid. I watched a lot of scenes like this, but other scenes I powered through. I wanted to see what the T-Rex was like. I wanted to see what the raptors would do next. I wanted to see what kind of weird creature was stalking Dennis Nedry. And that was the power of that movie. That was the movie that kind of made my 9-year-old self make him brave, want to be part of this adventure. And Steven Spielberg done a wonderful job. The John Williams score, fantastic music. Just the main theme as they're coming towards the island, real uproarious kind of fantastic thumping sound of do 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 do. That it gets you amped for the movie. The cast is amazing. You have Richard Attenborough as the owner of the park, John Hammond. He's fantastic. He's portrayed very much like Disney. However, in the Michael Crichton novel, he's a lot more darker, like the real life Walt Disney. But in this one, you have a lot more empathy for him, and you see he's a guy that isn't doing this to be selfish. He wants the world to enjoy and see these magnificent animals, and he doesn't see the badness in it. That's the thing. It's like someone who creates something amazing, but it ends up getting used for something awful. You never think about the bad stuff that can be done with it. You only think about the good. And John Hammond is that perfect example of that character. You have our main hero, Alan Grant, portrayed magnificently by Sam Neill. He's pushed upon protecting these two kids, and at the start of the movie he can't stand children, but he powers through and he protects them, and his paternal instincts are kicked into overdrive when he has to get these two kids through the island. You have Laura Dern as Ellie Statler, his love interest, who is a gutsy, tenacious, and badass paleobotanist who's trying to help restore the power. You've the awesome Jeff Goldblum playing Ian Malcolm, this quirky, cantankerous skeptic about the park who has everything he believes is based on chaos theory. His quirkiness kind of hides a really underlying seriousness to it. He is someone who you may not take seriously, but he has a point. He does see the flaws in the system, and he is the one to point out that there is a folly to Jurassic Park. You've Bob Peck as Robert Muldoon, a badass game warden who decides to go toe to toe with some velociraptors. You've the scheming computer technician Dennis Nedry, who causes the entire fuck up in the park. You've two fantastic kids in characters in roles played by Joseph Mazzello and Ariana Richards as Lex and Tim. They are awesome. In most movies, you'd kind of be annoyed by the kids cast, but in this, you do like the characters. They're quirky, they're likable, and you do want to see them protected and looked after. It is an awesome movie and has an awesome cast, but the real stars are these guys here. The dinosaurs are amazing. Originally, Phil Tippett was going to do stop motion dinosaurs, and Spielberg saw the potential in it. Tippett had done the most photorealistic dinosaurs ever, but later on Spielberg was approached by ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, and they showed him computer renditions of the dinosaurs, and it was amazing. It knocked his socks off. But Spielberg could easily have kicked Phil Tippett to the curb. He didn't. He kept him on, and he used Tippett's dinosaurs as a template and a jumping point for these digitally created dinosaurs, and they are amazing. The digital dinosaurs were awesome, But you have to give props as well to Stan Winston and his team. Stan Winston, the man behind Predator, the Alien, the Terminator, done some fantastic practical effects and puppets. They're amazing. The full-size T-Rex, which had to do an attack in the rain, the raptors, the Dilophosaurus, the sick Triceratops, all amazing. All the most realistic looking animals you could ever see. And it's just, it's wonderful to see the right mixture of digital computer generated effects with practical effects. And Spielberg married them so well. I think that's what the newer movies are lacking. There seems to be a lot more emphasis on digital effects than practical effects. But Jurassic Park made it work together so perfectly. It was amazing. For me, Jurassic Park is the Star Wars of my generation, and I'm not saying that in jest. I mean it. To me, Jurassic Park was the movie that got me into visual effects, into writing, into storytelling. It gave me a love and fandom for other movies, and it made me a voracious fan of cinema. And I just think that if there hadn't been Jurassic Park, there wouldn't be that many movies out there now. Better or worse, like you can say Star Wars was a kind of big jumping off point for visual effects movies, but Jurassic Park solidified visual effects and how they can be used in movies, and it was a perfect marriage. A lot of movies now really do use a lot of heavy CG, but back in '93 Spielberg used the right amount, and I think we've a lot to thank Jurassic Park and Steven Spielberg for. So that's my review of Jurassic Park. It is an amazing movie. It is the movie that made me love movies. What's your experience with it? Did you see it in video with your folks? Did you go see it in the cinema? And also, I left out one question in my tag, which I'm going to leave here. And if you want to leave in the comments or do a video response, you can. What was your favourite dinosaur in Jurassic Park? Leave them in the comments below. My name's Martin. This has been the Trash Picture Show. Have a good one. Take care. Bye now.